refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of RBO. This your boy Vaughn. I know it's been a while. Your man was getting back together. Had a little sickness, but we back on track right after All-Star break. Teams are really starting to gear up and getting ready to make a playoff push for a good season and getting their ducks aligned just so they can make a good run. So today we're going to touch into some mid-season grades for the first half of the season for some teams. We're going to talk about a couple of mid-season awards, just give some guys some glory. They've been balling, doing their thing. And then we're also going to update my top 5 list that I have done early in the year that caused a lot of ruckus. So we're going to touch base on a couple of things. But before we get started, I'd like for you guys to like, subscribe, and share this with anybody that that is an NBA fan, a sports fan. Just tell them tune in, check out Vaughn, see what he's talking about. Also, excuse me, guys, 1 second. Also, we have tons of other shows on the network. Cover every sport, literally, pretty much every sport. Check all the shows out. You'll see all their links down low in the bio. Also, there's another link down there where you could become a member. And with that membership, you get perks. You get access to different chats that we talk about different sports in. You also get updates in that chat. You get live debates. Guys go at it on a daily basis in the chat. You also get like live reactions when the game is on. That's one of the funnest things about the chat is when there's a good matchup on and, people going back and forth. That's when it's really live. So check it out. Lock in with us. The Refuse to Lose family. We ain't doing nothing but growing. So, but let's get into these mid-season grades. Okay. Now, a lot of these teams that I'm doing, a lot of the people that are in the R2L family that are in these chats that I was talking about, a lot of these teams are their teams. So it's going to be pretty fun because I've been keeping tabs on all these guys all year pretty much. So we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. And we all know where the bottom is at, and that's in Detroit. So the Pistons mid-season grade. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody can guess what this is going to be. I mean, there's no other explanation. There's no other grade to give this team but an F. I mean, they're currently 8-47. That is an atrocity. Early in the year, shout out to CTC Carl. This is actually his team. He was trying to convince everybody that they were going to be garbage. And, nobody expected them to make a super great leap. But, with an addition to a coach like Monty Williams, you got Cade coming back healthy. You still got a couple of veterans over there to help out. You got Jalen Duren over there, who's actually averaging 14 and 12 this year. Cade's averaging 22 this year. You get Jaden Ivey out there. Early in the year, it seemed like he didn't Monty didn't really know how to use Jaden Ivey. He didn't know how to insert him into the lineup. So it kind of puzzled me a bit because I felt like him and Cade was an awesome 1-2 punch because Jaden Ivey is more of a downhill, aggressive type scorer where Cade is smooth as butter. Like he has a real smooth game. As you can see, he does a lot of the floor general work for the team, which he's averaging, let's see, 7.5 assists right now. It's pretty solid. That's pretty solid for a guy that's his third year in the league, and he's just still trying to figure it out because he faced a lot of injury early on. But this team also they added a couple guys. They had Simon. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, but he came from the Jazz. Bohan Bogdanovic got traded to the Knicks. That was my guy, but they end up getting back Evan Fournier. They also got Gallinari over there now. So, what else? They got Shake Milton over there. They lost Isaiah Livers. They lost Monty Morris. They shuffled the deck a little bit. They it seems like Monty Williams is kind of figuring out a little bit what the lineup is going to be, but he's probably been the biggest disappointment with this team because you expect with a new coach, a coach that's been to the finals, a guy that's coached, good players like a Booker, good players like, even Mikal Bridges, even CP3, you see him, coach a team well, and they ended up like the Suns were like that those 2 years when they went to the finals, and then they I believe they got bounced the next year. But yeah, Luka and them boys did them dirty. But like another guy I like on this team, Marcus Sasser, he's nice. He hopefully with the trade of Alec Burke, he'll get some burn. But right now, Cade been facing a little bit of injury still. He's been missing games. Dern has missed games. So this team really has to just try to stay healthy and just try to get as many reps together with this young core that they have. And they got to, just try to build off, try to gain some momentum right now to head to next year. But, that's where I see this team heading right now. You got a couple names in free agency next year. I'm not sure who would want to go there, to be honest, because they had that crazy losing streak this year. And that's not attractive. So that's the Pistons, though. Another big thing that I noticed, they score, but their defense is really where they need to step their game up. Like, a lot of young teams that are getting better, either A, they defend well, or B, they can score and they also don't turn the ball over a lot. But the Pistons pretty much turn the ball over. K he has a turnover problem. I think just because he's getting accustomed to playing that floor general role in the league. He can be a floor general, but me personally, I would like him more on the wing. You can still, facilitate from the wing. You don't have to always bring the ball up. So, but that's the Pistons, man. Sorry I had to get them boys an F. I think they can build off this, like I said, and just try to, get some momentum for next year. So next team that we're going to talk about, y'all sure already know. It's the Wizards. Whew. That's all I can say right now about the Wizards. The Wizards right now are 9-46. They're literally a step up from the Pistons. They have to get the same grade, I have to give them also an F just because their efforts are lackluster. Their efforts are not there. They don't. It seems like they're not really trying to build to win. I mean, the Jordan Poole addition in the offseason was cool. I thought it was nice. However, they don't really have like a solid team. I like their starting five. Don't get me wrong. With Gafford, Gafford's gone now. I like Kuz. I like Tyus. I like Denny. I really like Denny. He's averaging this year. 13, 6.5 rebounds and 4 assists. Pretty much averaging the same thing as Kuzma, just the points is different, 22 to 13 for Denny. But he's been playing pretty well. This team is really their issue really is defense. Now this is really the team that lacks in defense. If you look at them, they're dead last in defense this year. When last year they ended 17th, and that they're allowing 10 more points this year. Now that can be coaching, but me personally, I think it's personnel. I don't really see many defenders on their team. Tyus Jones can kind of defend. However, he's a smaller guard. Denny's solid. Kuzma is not looked at as a defender at all. But there's a young guy that they have, Bilal. I like his defensive upside. That's something they can build with him right there. I just don't know what they'll do with like who, right now I see they're bringing him off the bench. They have the new coach now, so he decided to bring him off the bench. He's been playing a little better, 17, 18 last two games. But let's look at really what the Wizards are. What are they? What is their direction here? Like, what do we see them accomplishing here? The Wizards right now are just trying to figure things out, man. Just as an organization, that they're making a lot of changes right now. So hopefully, with a top 5 pick that they're going to get this year, they can draft a solid pick and make some type of noise, man. I'm from the DMV area, so even though my team, the Magic, and we in the same division, I believe, I still like to see some home team success. Let the city be happy. I want to see people smiling and things like that. But yeah, man, the Wizards right now, they're just in turmoil. I know how that feels as a Magic fan. We've been there before, but they get an F. Hopefully, like I said, they do better, man, because that's for the city's sake. For the city's sake. Okay, so the next team I got for y'all is the Chicago Bulls. Shout out my boy, my bad, the Wizards team. Shout out my boy Tomo. He one of the hosts on the main shows, and my boy Devin. He be in and out of the chats. And then my boy Mark, he's one of the Commanders fans as well. He a Wizards fan too. Shout out them boys. But now we on the Bulls, and shout out my boy Big O. He the lone Bulls fan in the chat. Right now the Bulls are 26 and 30, 9th right now in the East. They're in the play-in, so they really started off really bad. They didn't have a good start. LaVine in and out of the lineup with injury. See, now he has a season-ending injury now. Then you have the Lonzo Ball fiasco. You don't know when he's going to come back, things of that nature. And I really don't know what to think of Lonzo Ball, man. Like, they show clips of him shooting on the sideline and things of that nature, like warming up and all that good stuff. But when will he be on the court? Like, this has been going on for a while. LaMelo Ball's out again for the Hornets. He be in and out of the lineup. So what's going on with these boys, man? They really have to harken on just getting their body just a little bit more durable, because these guys are talented. Like Lonzo Ball with this Bulls team, with LaVine and what's my boy DeRozan out there on the wings. Now you got Kobe White flourishing. You can bring him off the bench, and I think they got something nice going on over there. My man Vooch over there. Kobe White has really been the guy that stands out on that team for me, because DeRozan doing what he does, Vucevic doing what he does. Also Drummond. Drummond has been balling for them. He's been stepping in. He stepped in for Vucevic when Vucevic was out, and he did his thing. I'm not gonna lie. He was getting like 20 boards, 17 boards. Like, he was hooping. Like, this year he's averaging in 16 minutes a game, 8 points and about 9 rebounds, which is solid. And then my boy Kobe White averaging about 20, 4 rebounds, about 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So he's been balling. He's really one of the top 3-point shooters in the league. I believe he's like top 3 and 3-pointers made. Shout out my man O. He be getting me hip. And yeah, this team is, I give them a C+ for their efforts, only because of me personally. I don't think they did enough for this Lonzo Ball fiasco has them in the chokehold. But however, this is a situation that they created. They got these guys together. Levine showing that he has injury problems as well. DeRozan has been probably the most consistent on that team for them, really. Kobe White's getting some time now, and he's doing his thing. So I can see this team being a playing team, really. I don't see them climbing the standings, unless somebody falls. But I don't really see nobody falling under them. Like the teams that I think that they probably will end 9 or 10. But that's cool, because 9 or 10 is the same as 7 or 8, really. I mean, it's all playing. I mean, the games are a little different, but it's all playing. You know what I mean? So, but the Bulls, shout out my boy Caruso. He's my guy. I'm a huge fan of Caruso. They're 16th in defensive efficiency, which is middle of the pack. But some games they come out there and they top 5. So that's one thing this team can do, and that's defend. So for the Bulls, they get that C+. And we're gonna see how they finish this thing out. You feel me? All right. So the next team I got for y'all. Yeah, we kind of trying to rapid fire this, y'all. We got a lot of teams to go through. The Lakers. Shout out my boy, my boy Bibby. That's my man. He the LeBron. He's a LeBron fan, Laker fan. The Lakers right now. Oh, shout out my boy AJ. Check out his channel as well. It's on Full Timeout. Check my boy out. But the Lakers right now are 31-27, 9th in the West. They're a playing team right now. The West is hectic right now as far as these standings. Especially right here with this 5 through 10. Those teams are pretty close. Like, you can see a lot of shuffling happening in the next couple of weeks. But the Lakers right now, they're really like an up and down team. It's like they should be called the not LA Lakers, but the inconsistent Lakers. Like, they're really up and down. You never know what you're going to get from these guys. You got D'Lo getting benched early in the season, and now he's hooping. You got Torian Prince out there. He come out there, hit 5 threes and lock up, and he come out the next game, go 0 for 5. You be like, come on, man. And we know what's up with AD. Even though he's been a lot more consistent this year, he's been a lot more available this year, which is a key for this team. Austin Reeves is the one that he hasn't took that next step that some people may have thought he was going to take this year. He's kind of like the same, a little worse, really. He doesn't have that many impactful games like he did last year. But I think this team, this is the moment for this team right now. Like, it's now or never, as far as, get your chemistry together, get your flow together, get some momentum, because this is that momentum time for all teams. Get some wins, get some good seeding, start feeling good, get some momentum. And that's where the Lakers are right now. The Lakers are 15th in defensive efficiency, which is middle of the pack as well, just like the Bulls, and the 18th in offensive efficiency, which is a little under. It's like the bottom of middle of the pack. So we see what the problem is. Defensively, being in the middle of the pack and the efficiency is you can pass with that. But your offensive efficiency, unless you are a top defensive team, you have to be able to score efficiently. And the Lakers right now, like I said, they're middle of the pack in that. But when it comes to points, like the actual points per game, the Lakers are actually same thing, middle of the pack as well. They're more upper middle of the pack when it comes to that. So they're still scoring, and they're a top team as far as field goal percentage, shoot 50%. But the efficiency will have to kick in, especially once we get to the playoff time, because these West teams, man, they're not playing. But for the Lakers, I had to give them a C minus, man. I and the main reason I gave them a C minus is, you got LeBron tweeting little encryptions, code words and all that kind of stuff. And you know what I'm saying? You got Darvin Ham, he don't know who he want to play, when he want to play him. Fans want him out. It seems like some players may want him out. You got, you don't know who gonna be in the rotation the next day. And like I said, they're middle of the pack team. So, I gave them a C minus just because they got LeBron and AD. And it seems like they can't get a consistent flow of wins going. They just can't. And like AD averaging 25 and 12, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Like he balling. His points a little low than normal, but he's balling. LeBron 25, 7 rebounds, about 8 assists, 1 steal. He's balling. 17 for D'Lo and 6 assists. He's balling. So we'll see what this Lakers team, man. Like, I really don't know what to expect from this team. Like, this is really the type of team that they are. So we're gonna go ahead and give them the C minus. Like I said, they're ninth. They're a playing team at this moment. If they don't watch out, actually, let's see. I don't know if the Jazz can catch them. Yeah, I feel like the teams that are 1 through 10 in the West, that those are they locked in. I feel like those teams are locked in. So we can go ahead and rock with them. C minus and see what the Lakers gonna do, man. Baby, AJ, what y'all gonna do? All right, so that's them. Next team we on them Pacers, man. Them young boys. Shout out my boy Hallie, balling out of control. Got them boys 6 in the East right now, 32 and 25. Hallie's averaging 21, well actually 22, 11.7 assists, about that's about 12. The new addition, Siakam, they averaging 20. He averaging 21, 6 rebounds, about 5 assists. And this Pacers team, man, I'm gonna give him a B plus. I'm gonna give him a B plus. I'm not gonna lie, them boys balling. One thing I was really impressed with was, Hallie has a history of injuries. So last year, they was balling out of control. I think like top 6 in the East, just like they are. But then he got hurt and it all went down. All went downhill, But this year he did same thing, got injured again. But this team was able to, maintain a lot better, which was pretty impressive to me. They have 7 guys on their team right now, I believe, averaging double digits, which is pretty amazing. They're a top offensive team in the league, averaging the most points per game. Their defense is lackluster. That's one thing they have to get better with. They're at the bottom of the league when it comes to that. Offensive efficiency, they're 3rd in the league. So this team is pretty explosive on the offensive end. They took care of the ball. They added a guy like Siakam, all-star, a wing threat that 6'9", 6'8", long arms, can defend multiple positions, can do multiple things on the floor, which I thought was excellent for this team. Their next step really is just building more chemistry and stepping their defense up. Their defense has been getting better throughout the season. I'm not gonna lie. Shuffling some guys around, I feel like my guy Jackson over there, I think he needs more minutes because he brings energy. He on the glass, he's shot blocking. He's one of those type of guys. He reminds me of like a young Bismack Biyombo. He just be out there hooping. I believe he can hit the jumper. So that's a nice step for this team. They really got to step up on the defensive end. If they step up on the defensive end, I think this team can make a lot of noise in the playoffs. But with a talent like Haley out there doing his thing, this team is dangerous. This team is a team that can potentially, knock somebody out in the first round. So I'll be careful if I was teams, like the Bucks. Who else? Even like the team like the Knicks, Cavs. Watch out for this Pacers team. They run and gun, and they got a lot of young guys out there. Shout out, what's his name? Ben Matherin. He be hooping. It was games when Holly ain't play, and he was just dropping buckets. I'm a fan of him. His second year. One of my favorite players on this team though is Aaron Nesmith. Hard-nosed defender, can hit the three. He'll even put on the deck, dunk on you. I believe the Celtics actually drafted him. So it would have been nice if he was with them. But this team is a young team that can be dangerous. One thing, like I said, they just don't defend that well consistently. So we'll have to see what they do once we get in the playoffs, because I got this team making the playoffs. Even if it's just a play-in, I count that as some type of playoff experience. So the Pacers, man, yeah, they get a B+ from me. And I feel like this team, like I said, has the potential to knock somebody out. So I'll be careful, man, sleeping on these young squads like them, OKC, Orlando. Houston was hooping early in the season. They just couldn't maintain what they was doing. Like they done dropped all the way down to 12th. They was like top 6, top 5. So not so much Houston no more. Okay. So the next team I got for y'all, so it's the B+. Oh, shout out my boy Ty in the red corner, host. He's a new Pacers fan. It's funny because he didn't have a team, and he's a huge Reggie Miller fan. So he just jumped on the Pacers, man, and I respect it. He been going hard for him ever since. So I ain't gonna lie, I can respect it. So shout out my boy Ty, man. All right, Sacramento Kings. Shout out Joe, the one of the main hosts on Refuse to Lose show. Also the host to Kings Talk. As you see, he's a Kings fan. Shout out Joe. As you will always hear him say, like the beat. The Sacramento Kings. This was the team from last year that caught everybody by surprise. The team that didn't make it to the playoffs in how many years? About 17 years, something like that. Finally made it to the playoffs. I believe last year they went 48-34. Right now they are currently 7th in the West, 32-23. They're right there in the play-in at this moment, but like I said, from 5 through 10, it's tough. It's tough, man. It's close. Like things can shuffle like you in Vegas at the table. You hear me? Shuffle. But I'm giving the Kings a B. Here's why. Last year, they were amazing. Best offense. I believe they broke the record for the most efficient offense ever. Something like that. Keegan Murray out there broke the record for rookie threes. Kevin Huerter was out there doing it. Like they was balling. Right now, Fox is averaging 26.8, 4 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 2 steals. Sabonis, who's the guy? He's been leading the league in double-doubles. He's been racking up big triple-doubles too. 20 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. Malik Monk, he's a front runner for 6th man of the year, I believe. 15 points, 5 assists off the bench. 5 assists is very impressive to me. Keegan Murray, about 15 points, 5 rebounds. He stepped his game up tremendously on the defensive end. The reason why I get a Kings a B is I feel like they didn't get better. I feel like certain players on the team got better, but them as a team, they didn't like take another step forward. So they're like just a solid team, you know. Fox, to me, he started off hooping out of control. You know, if you tune in to King's Talk, you know Joe was adamant about. He was saying he think that it's something going on, you know, in his like personal life because he didn't want to talk to the media, things of that nature. But as of late, he's been playing a lot better. Sabonis, though, man, he's been killing. I feel like he should be a little bit more aggressive scoring because can't nobody really stop him. He work on his three ball a little bit more. He can get a lot more open looks with that. But his action, activity out there, just racking up all these rebounds, points, assists, like he's just doing a little bit of everything. And I think that it's a shame he wasn't an All Star this year, and he's like MVP candidate, leading, like I said, in double doubles, getting triple doubles like it's nothing. I think it's crazy. Malik Monk is a beast. If anybody watched us play them this year, went to the 2 or 3 overtimes. Went to a couple overtimes, and it's because of him. Because Fox, I believe he ain't do nothing. He had like one bucket, one tough bucket at the end of the one of the overtimes. But other than that, it was Monk. He was cooking, like cooking. So I think they need Monk to really be a lot more aggressive out there. Especially when the playoffs come, he has to up them that 15 points to 17, maybe even 20 points a game. Sabonis, you know, if you're not going to up your points, I need about 15 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? I need you to dominate somewhere out there. Fox, 30. Like, they need guys to really step up and elevate their game in the playoffs. And last year, they went against the Warriors, just, you know, a better team. You know, good matchup for them, just a better team, had the better player. Fox got hurt. So this year, I think, you know, they fight right now to get better seeding. Like I said, they've been playing a lot better as of late. You know, shout out to Fox. But right now, like I said, they 7th, right behind the Mavericks, I believe. Yeah, they're right behind the Mavericks. And we're going to see. I got them finishing top 6, though. I feel like they have like Mike Brown. It seemed like early in the year he was trying to figure out his rotations, and I think he kind of has it down a lot more down pat right now, and it's good to see. So, you know, Sabonis keep doing his thing. Fox has to be the guy out there. He's really one of the main things holding him back, if you ask me. Like he has to really that's why I like SGA so much. He a guy that really dominates out there. He really puts his stamp on the game, man. You know, dictate a lot of things. So shout out my boy. But that's the Kings for y'all, man. They get a good old B. You know, I wanted to see them take another step this year. I wanted to see Keegan take another step. Like, if they can get one more person averaging about 20, they'll be all right. You know, that's what they need. You need another guy averaging like 20. I thought Monk probably could do that off the bench. That would have been nice. The Keegan's with the guy, I think. About 17 to 20, that's what they need, man. They need some more firepower out there. And also, their main problem, and you hear Joe say this all the time, they have no rim protection. They have solid defenders out there, like on the wing. It just once they, you know, you can't stay in front of everybody all the time. Once guys get to the rim, this is and big man, they have a field day out there. You know, Sabonis is very aggressive, but he's not a shot block. He's not even 7 feet. So they got Alex Lynn and McGee over there. You know, maybe he's saving McGee for some playoff time because he's a little older. But, you know, you might got to funnel both of those guys in. 5 minutes for one, 5 minutes, 3, you know. Just if you need some type of inside interior defensive presence, a guy that just tall. So that's the Kings, man. I think, you know, once they get that, you know, you see what happened in Dallas. We're gonna get there, but I'm just saying, you get you a big man that can high fly, catch oops, and block some shots. It could change. It could change some things now. But that's the Kings. Now we on to the 76ers. Shout out my other bro, James Most, and what's that? Most valuable MVP from the R2L. My bro J-Mo. Huge Sixers fan. I can't kill the Sixers, man. The Sixers, man. Right now they fifth, 33 and 23. man. I feel bad for this team, man. I'm not gonna lie. And B was killing. He was doing his thing. I mean, doing his thing. Like he was unstoppable. But it all came to an end once he went down with injury. Um, if you look at this team, they were, looking like a team that could potentially contest anybody. When you got a guy like Embiid doing what he was doing, like there's no question. I mean, averaging 35 a game is ridiculous. He was just dropping 40. You can get 40. You get 40. 35 right here. Like unstoppable, man. But you see a guy like Maxey averaging 26 this year, most improved player, hands down. I can't see nobody beating him really. He's averaging about 3.7 rebounds, 6.4 assists, 1 steal. Tobias, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, 14 points, 4 rebounds for Kelly Oubre. Now, they just added Buddy Hield, his 5 games with them. He's averaging 20 points, about 7 assists, which, I feel like he has a new environment around him now. He's in a new system where he's probably feeling a lot better than over there in the Pacers, because the Pacers, Tyrese is a pretty ball dominant. Now they got to Siakam. He's going to get a lot of the ball handling. And Buddy Hield, who's an excellent shooter, he can actually play some ball though. Like he can put the ball on the floor. He got a couple moves. He's not just a shooter. So I think over here in Philly, he's able to do a little bit more on the offensive end, rather than just sit there and just be a shooter. But Tobias Harris, man, these last couple games hasn't been cutting it for him, man. He had a 28-point game against the Jazz, but 17 points, 13 points, 21 points, 7 points, 11 points, 15 points. Like, come on, bro. You're supposed to have been the third best player on this team. Now you're the second best. What you gonna do? You gonna let Buddy Hield come over here and take over? No, you gotta step your game up, bro. You've been in the league for way too long. Like, you gotta beat him. You gotta be averaging 20 a game minimum. Need some 25s out there, because Maxey needs some help out there, my boy. Like this team losing Embiid is crazy, because they were beating everybody. They beat they beat the Celtics, the Bucks, the Nuggets. Like I think they beat Minnesota. Yeah, he dogged Minnesota. So Philly is 11th in defensive efficiency. That's one thing this team is pretty solid on defense, and 7th in offensive efficiency. Now, without Embiid, those numbers probably don't have the same impact, which is cool. However, this team now, I feel like you get the news that Embiid is coming back. They can maintain their standing to at least out the player, because right now they 5th, which like just like the East, just like the West, the East is just a little different. Like from 8th all the way up to, I'll say 4th and a little bit of 3rd. It's pretty close. Even the Cavs, man, they lose. The only team that's far away is the Celtics. Everything else, guys can drop and guys can rise. So I can see it's gonna be tough, man. Maxie, like I said, if the Bass don't come to play though, I don't know. Let Buddy Hill continue to do what he's doing out there because they got pieces. I thought they was going to get another big man because Mo Bamba really don't get that much burn because I mean he's not even a center really. He's more of a 3-point shooter. That's what he want to do. He just want to stand out there and shoot threes. Trust me, he came from a team I like. But they just won against the Cavaliers, who's been red hot. I mean, the Cavaliers just lost 2 straight, but we'll see if they can maintain, man, and get a good seeding, get Embiid back later in the year, and then possibly they can, make some things happen. I'm not sure. I really don't know what to expect because Maxi is about to go through some growing pains without Embiid. He's gonna be up and down. It's one thing you can't expect just because he's a young player. But hey, let's get it. Let's see what they do, man. All right, next team I got the Mavs. No, Dallas Mavs, man. Shout out my boy Kevo. My boy be in the chats. He's Luka fan. Got to be if you're a Mavericks fan. He's a baller. Dallas Mavericks. Right now they're 6, 33, and 23. You got Luka out there going bananas, averaging 34, about 9 rebounds, 9.6 assists, 1.5 steals. Kyrie, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Tim Hardaway off the bench, dropping 17 a game. And then the new addition of Daniel Gafford has been working wonders for them. He's averaging in 4 games 12 points and 10 rebounds, which is pretty nice. He's pretty much hooping. But this Mavericks team, man, they was dealing with a lot of injury. You had Luka out, you had Kyrie out, the young boy Derek Lively wasn't getting no burn. We didn't know, what was going on. Then Luka went on a little stint where he was just playing like 50 minutes a game, and it was ridiculous. Like I didn't know what was what I'm saying, what was going on. But this Mavericks team, man, I like the additions of Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington. They added size over there, which is something they need. Max Kleber just came back as well, who's a solid defender for them. If you look at this team with Luka and Kyrie playing together, they've been figuring things out. They've been balling their last couple games. I believe they're like on the 7-game win streak at this moment right now. And this team, man, if they can stay healthy, if Luka and Kyrie can keep this up, because if Luka and Kyrie ain't balling, man, this team, which like any other team, you need your stars to ball. They're on a 7-game win streak, 8-2 in the last 10 games. So if you look at Dallas, though, I like their squad. They have a nice with the additions of Gafford and PJ Washington. I think those are very key. PJ Washington can fill it up at times. He also is, like I said, has size, about 6'10", I believe. Offensive threat out there, decent rebounder. I like to pick up for them. One thing about this Dallas team is when you got 2 guys that can put the ball in the net like that, and Kyrie has been doing it at a very efficient level. They're 8th as a team in offensive efficiency, which is pretty solid. The defensive side, they're 19th, which, like I said, there wasn't really a good defensive team. They lost a guy like Grant Williams, who really wasn't bringing it on the defensive end for them. But I like Gafford, man. Gafford, I think, brings that energy. He's a guy that catch oops, block shots. He rebounds like crazy. This team can make some things happen. This team can ball. This team, yeah. I like this team a lot. You know what I'm saying? Now with Gafford and PJ Washington over there, I think those were some really good additions. Like last year they had, I believe last year they had Christian Wood. I thought he was going to be a good pickup with them, but Last year was a wash for this team. But Luka right now is playing like an MVP. Kyrie is playing like, you know, possibly the best second player on the team right now. He's really hooping. I'm liking what I'm seeing. But I get him a B plus just because I felt like they made the necessary moves at the trade deadline to put them, in a better position to compete once the playoffs start. Because you need some a big man down in the paint. You got me messing my words up because of the little police out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get locked up. But Tim Hardaway Jr., he's an X factor off the bench. I also like Josh Green. He's a solid young player for this team. We're gonna see, man. Jason Kidd is the X factor as well. Will he make the right decisions? Right rotations of that nature for this team. Will he make the right calls? Will he, put guys in the right position? Because if Luka and Kyrie can come and bring it every night like they've been doing, this team is very, very scary. Last year I had them. I thought that if they could have got it together and got in the playoffs, that they could have been one of the most dangerous teams in the playoffs just because of Luka and Kyrie. Like those two dudes on one team, they like two of the most unstoppable scorers that the league ever seen. So B plus for the Mavericks, man. I know Kev gonna like that, man. If he don't like that, I don't know what else to tell him, man. I really don't, because what else can I say? But B plus for the Mavs, man. 6 right now. They, like I said, had the opportunity to move up for sure. 7-game win streak. See if they can keep it up. All right, man. Next team, the Clippers. Shout out my boy Blaze. He's a Russ fan, so Clipper it is for him. Clippers right now, 36-18. They're third right now in the West, doing their thing. They made a trade. They made the trade for Harden mid-season. They got PJ Tucker, who don't even play. They just holding him hostage. Kawhi right now averaging 24.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.7 steals. Paul George, they got the same stats. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.6 steals. New addition Harden, my boy, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 1.2 steals. That's one thing that I think Harden need to get a lot more love for. The fact that he was a guy that used to average 30 in his sleep, and he's now able to adjust his game and be a true facilitator out there. That's remarkable, if you ask me. But he's averaging 1.2 steals. Then Norman Powell off the bench, 13 points. You got Zubac, 12 points, about 10 rebounds. And then a lot of people say 6-man of the year, Russ, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. No, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Solid line. This team early in the year, a lot of people counted them out. How they started, they wasn't really getting no dubs. Harden gets there, they took a couple dubs, I believe, early, but they figured it out. Shout out Ty Lue, man. One of the best coaches in the league. He really figured this thing out for this team. And they've really been rolling. I mean, they last 38 games. They're 29-9. That's insane. 13th in defensive efficiency, and offensive efficiency, they're 4th. So see, if you can score efficiently, and you're a middle of the pack defender, you can make some things happen. In my eyes, if you look at this lineup that they have, it's really been working very smooth. They really become a team that a lot of people are saying that they got them coming out the West. I think that if they can stay healthy, they got a couple guys over there, Harden, PG, that be folding. So we're gonna see. But as far as this first half of the season, they just I give them an A. I mean, the first A of the day. I mean, why, why wouldn't I? You know, they're all the way up to the third in the West, doing their thing. I really like what I'm seeing from this team, man. Um, People ain't think the Harden experiment was gonna work, but it's working wonders right now. This team can score. This team can defend. Team can rebound. You know, they don't turn the ball over at a super high clip. They're 7-3 right now in the last 10 games. Like I said, they're 29-9, last 38. So I think this team can really contend. Like I said, they stay healthy, man. We got PG and Harden. Those are two guys that really got to prove themselves. And you know, you can even throw Russ in there. But I think Russ, with his role off the bench, I think that he'll do well. He'll do fine. But that's the Clippers right there, man. I got them boys. I got him an A, man. Shout out my boy Blaze again. You know, I hope he don't get upset with that because, like, you know, sheesh, A, A will make your day. You hear me? But those were the teams I got. I'm gonna do the Celtics and the Miami Heat and a couple rapid fires on the show on Wednesday. You know, I had a couple of guys. You know, they want to rep their squad. So, but one rapid fire I wanted to do was the Timberwolves, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gotta give them an A too, man. Another A. They're first in the West right now, balling out of control. 39-17. You can look at their defensive efficiency. They first in points allowed per game. They're first, 17th in offensive efficiency. This team with the trade to Rudy Gobert, it's the second year there now. A lot of people didn't think this experiment was going to work either. But look, they hooping. They found a way to make it work. Nas Reed carved out a nice role with them. They just traded for Monty Morris, which is a solid vet, another floor general out there for this team. So Minnesota, man, Ant-Man out there balling. They can defend. They got a closer out there. They got, you know, some talent on the offensive end. They scary, man. Watch out. Another team, OKC Thunder, young squad, second in the West, same record as the Minnesota Timberwolves. Another A. Gotta give this team an A. This A time right now. You know. Right now, OKC is fifth in defensive efficiency and second in offensive efficiency. You know, SGA out there balling. They got Shet out there defending the rim. I believe he just had a 25-10 game last night when they played the Wizards. You know, the F team. So we understand. But J Dub out there, Jalen Williams, second year, he's balling. They got a nice squad. Josh Giddey doing his thing. They got Lou Dort still, good two-way player. So OKC gets an A from your boy because, hey man, nobody expected this from this team. You know, they thought that they was gonna be solid, but tied with the best record in the West, like that's insane. Nobody like I wasn't expecting that. I'll tell you that right now. All right. Next team is the Cavs, man. I give them an A. You know, they second in the East, 36-19. They just lost two straight though after the All-Star break. But this team was without Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, even Jared Allen for a small period of time. I mean, it was injury riddled, but they found a way to still get dubs. I mean, this team was winning. They won like 12 out of 15 at one point or something like that. Like they went crazy, which got them second in the East. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell. He needs some type of MVP love. Like he's been doing his thing. This team is getting healthy now. I believe everybody is back, and we're gonna see how they roll because there's some trade talks about Darius Garland, but he didn't end up going nowhere. And yeah, look at him, second in the East. That's all right. All right, man. That's the Cavs right there, man. If you're a Cavs fan, man, leave a comment, man. Let me know what you think of how your squad doing, man. I, watching, I'm a Magic fan, and we just beat y'all. Y'all ain't had Mitchell though, but your coach was crying, man, saying we was fouling. That's why we got the turnovers. It was funny because we was just strapping. But speaking of Magic, Orlando Magic mid-season great. My boys. Eighth in the East right now, 31-25. They're tied with the Heat. They play the Pistons today. That should be interesting. Can't sleep on a team like that, even though they a elf. You never know. This team right now really been leading on their defense. They're fourth in defensive efficiency. Offensive efficiency is not pretty. They're 23rd. That's one of the main things that they have to get better at with that, because even though if you don't score a lot of points, you still have to be efficient. You still have to be a team that can get a bucket when they need a bucket at times. They got the second year phenom, Paulo, averaging about 23, 6.8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. France, averaging about 21 a game, 5.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal as well. Jalen Suggs been hooping as well. 12 points, 1 steal, about 1 block. I'll give him that. And then you got 6 players in double figures. Cole Anthony, 12. Wendell, 11. And Mo Wagner at 11 as well. This team is well-rounded. One of their best things about them is their bench. Early in the season, they had a lot of success, and it was because of their bench. Yeah, the starting five is lights out, solid. You got Paulo, France, Jalen, Wendell, and Markel. But this bench, man, that's the one thing about this team. We have depth. If a guy goes down, we have guys that can step in and do it. Shout out Anthony Black, our rookie point guard. He be baller. I'm a big fan of his game. Another guy that needs some love is Jonathan Isaac. He's been, they call him the minister of defense. He's an excellent defender. I call him the Wemby stopper. We played Wemby twice, and he done blocked his shot both games. Like, like it was nothing. So, but this team gets a B. Last year they started off terribly, but this year they had a good start. They was able to maintain at some degree, and they found themselves now in the 8th spot, right in the play-in, which last year they was out to play-in. So just even a play-in berth for this team would be solid. But if you hear them in the press conference, all they talking about is getting to the actual playoffs. So, hey, I'm with that as well, top sixes, because we have opportunities to pass some teams, man, But this first half of the season, this team still figuring out ways to win. They've been getting in their own way a lot, shooting too many threes, bad threes, not attacking the basket. So, yeah, they get a B from me because they good, but there's a lot of things I think they can work on. But yeah, those are all the mid-season grades right there, man, that I was going to lock in on for you guys today. And like I said, next week on Wednesday, we're going to do a couple more just because some guys wanted to talk about their own teams. And I'm going to give you an opportunity, man, because I want to hear what you guys say anyway. But now let's go ahead and dive into these mid-season awards, man. We're just going to do the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, and then Coach of the Year. Y'all dig it? All right. So we're going to do MVP first. I don't even got to think too long for this one. I think the first half MVP should go to SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, OKC, averaging 31 points, shooting 55% from the field, 88% from the free throw, 5.5 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 2 steals, and about 1 block. I believe he's like the only guy in the league averaging 30 and 2 steals. He's leading the league in steals right now. Like I said, his team is fifth in defensive efficiency and second in offensive efficiency. They're tied for first in the West right now. You could make a case for Ant-Man. You could make a case for Jason Tatum for the first half, but these guys don't bring it every night like SGA. SGA, you know, 80% of his games, he probably don't score 30 points or more. Like, it's very rare he don't score 30 points. You know, it's like that is a standard for them, and for him. And yeah, man, he's been balling crazy. It's nothing like a player that affects the game on both ends. You know, he's not like a old school CP3, old school Pat Bev, Tony Allen on defense. He ain't one of those, but he has long arms. He's quick. He's very smart. He can play the passing lanes. He gets some blocks. Even, you know, gets some nice little plucks here and there. So he's a very solid defender. His game is unstoppable. He can get to the line when he want, get to any spot on the court, get any shot that he want anytime. Plays at his own pace, runs the offense. So shout out SGA, man. You know, I gotta give him his love. He's a problem. He's different. He's a superstar right here in the making. We're watching this kid do his thing. So first half MVP, SG is it. Next, defensive player of the year. Now this was tough. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. So this is a guy I had to give it to for the first half. SGA. Sorry, no, I'm just playing, not SGA. All right, the guy I wanted to give it to was Anthony Davis, man. Can't lie. Cuz been playing some defense. You know, the Lakers team as a whole hasn't really been the best defensive team because they don't have that many wing defenders, if you ask me. That since they got rid of Caruso and my boy KCP, they ain't been having no wing defenders over there. But he's averaging 2.4 blocks, one and about 1 steal, you know. But there's been games where this guy get about 5 blocks. Like I seen one game when he blocked the dude's shot. They got the rebound back, I believe, and his teammate tried to come down there. He blocked his shot too. It was crazy. But his impact on the defensive end is pretty impressive, man. Pretty impressive. I was gonna throw Rudy Gobert out there, but I can't. I can't, man. He does impact the defensive end, but he's not the best defender right now. I don't think he's playing the best defense. You know, AD plays a little bit better perimeter defense down, as you see the 1 steal. But that's the defensive player of the year. Now we got 6th man of the year. All right. This is a little tough too because, you know, Russ been playing some good ball first half of the season. I mean, I would have said Cole Anthony, but he fell off. But you know, I gotta go with this guy. He's been impressive for me this year. Like I said, he's averaging 15 and 5 assists. Like, and that's Malik Monk. Malik Monk, he balling. Like even games when he's not scoring a lot, he assists pretty well. And man, I like Malik Monk, man. Like I said, when we played him, he was killing us. You know, you got like last year he had a couple games he dropped 40. This year he's averaging more points, more assists. Seems like he's more involved in the offense when you see him play, not just like a scorer. Like I said, he facilitates the ball pretty well. And yeah, I think he gets the first half MVP. I mean, 6th man of the year. Like I said, Fox wasn't really balling out of control early early all year, but Malik Monk has been maintaining. He's been pretty solid, if you ask me. For a bench player, he's not a starter. He plays 26 minutes a game, averaging these numbers, which is not bad at all. But I like what I've been seeing from Monk this year. He's been especially since in February, averaging 20 in February. So if he can carry that over and keep it pushing, I believe he can probably push his average to about 16 by the end of the year. Because I think he about to kick it up. So Malik Monk, 6 man of the year, you got him for me for the first half, my boy. Coach of the year. Listen, I know a lot of people like it's Missoula easily. I'm like, I don't know. You got OKC over there. You got what's his name? The what you call it? Hey, what's her name from the Chris Finch from the Timberwolves, JB Bickerstaff from the Cavs. I'm going with Chris Finch. I'm going with Chris Finch from the Timberwolves, just because I don't think nobody expected the Timberwolves. Nobody expected OKC, but they knew they had a lot of young talent. But ain't nobody expect Timberwolves to be as good. Cat is a good talent, but he doesn't bring it every night. Gobert, overrated defender, in a lot of people's eyes. And they didn't think, like I said, the experiment was going to work. But for some reason, somehow, these boys is number one in the West, doing their thing. Number one defense in the league. They found ways to win. So I'm going to have to go with Chris Finch for the first half of the season. Now, for the whole season, we're going to see how these teams end because, like I said, you got the Thunder coach right there, Mark, JB Bickerstaff and the Cavs right there. The Pacers, they got the Pacers coach up here, but I don't know if they're going to even be that high. They got Joe Mazzulla under him as far as odds. That's ridiculous. And then Tom Thibodeau from the Knicks. I guess. So, yeah, we're going to see, man. You never know. You might see Jamal Murray from the Magic up there if he make a nice little result. But, yeah, man, those are the awards that I wanted to touch on right quick. This is a little, a couple of things. I ain't really want to get into what's it called, the clutch award or nothing like that. We got the MVP. I got SGA for the first half. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year for the first half. Malik Monk, 6-man of the year for the first half. And Chris Finch from the Timberwolves for the first half Coach of the Year. Yeah. All right. It's the final. It's the grand finale right here. Party what everybody been waiting for. Vaughn's top 5. Now, this top 5 isn't top 5 MVPs, top 5. We're not going off your career. We don't care what you did last year, the year before, or your rookie year. We don't care. We talking about right here, right now. This year, who's the top 5? Okay? All right. I had to do some thinking. Had to do some shuffling. Number 5. Steph Curry. Yes. Steph Curry has entered the trap. Top 5. Number 5, Steph Curry, 28 points a game right now. Shooting 42% from the 3. We know. 92% from the free throw. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, about 1 steal. Balling. Got his team, everybody counted this team out. It's like, man, if they don't make no trades, dude, like, they done. But they're in the 10th seed right now. And they're 8-2 in their last 10 games. So they got some momentum. Kuminga has come alive. I can't pronounce the other young guard name. I think it's Brandon was his first name. Be balling. I like his game. He rebounds pretty well and defends pretty well. They move Clay to the bench at times, which I think it's going to be cool for him. He can ease into the game a little bit more that way. But Steph Curry is number 5 for me, man. He been balling. He been putting the team on his back at times. He's been lights out, man. So Steph Curry is 5th on my list for top 5 right now. Number 4. It's crazy because this dude was number 1 last time. He was number 1 last time. That's the Greek Freak. Averaging 30 points, shooting 62% from the field. Crazy. About 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Now, Giannis was number 1 last year on the list. They were 2nd in the East. They're now 3rd in the East. New coach, Doc Rivers. Now, Giannis be bringing it at nights, but they don't be winning. It's crazy because, like, when you see some of the teams they lost to, like this team just lost to the Grizzlies. They lost to the Blazers. Like, so I'm about to see more from this team, man. I think Dame has to step his game up because, like I said, Giannis still averaging 30, but he's just not impacting winning right now. Like, before the All-Star break, they lost the last 5 out of 7. All right, 2-7. That's trash. Well, 2-5, that's trash. But the teams they lose to at times, like I said, they lost to Memphis by 3. They got spanked by Utah. Like, they lost to Portland. Like, they lost to Utah twice. Lost to Pacers back-to-back twice. Like, I don't know what to expect from this team. And Giannis, like, you be getting your numbers, but you got to impact winning a little bit more for me, my boy. All right, that's number 4. Number 3, Jokic. I can't disrespect him. Okay. Even though he don't average 30 and all that, this guy's a winner. Okay. Right now he's averaging 26, 12 points, 9 assists, shooting 58% from the field. His team is 4th right now in the West, doing their thing. He just does what it takes to win, man. Like you saw the last 2 games, they played Portland and Washington. They spanked both of them, but triple doubles, and they were very convincing triple doubles. They wasn't 10 and 10. It was 14 and 15, 15 and 19. I think he's in that MVP mode where he's about to just go crazy. Second half of the season, like I said, it's time to gear up, do your thing. But right now, he's my third best player. He's playing the 3rd best for me, as far as impact and winning, balling, doing your thing. Number 2. All right, y'all. Luka Doncic. Luka was number 5 last time I did this, y'all. He done worked his way up to number 2. Shout out Luka, man. Luka has been on the tear. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, averaging 34 points, 8.8 rebounds, 9.6 assists, and shooting 50% from the field. Like I said, this team's 7-game win streak. They won 6 straight leading to the All-Star break. Come off All-Star break, he dropped 40, 11, and 3 steals. It's a new energy over there in Dallas, Since that trade to get PJ over there, Gafford over there, it's been a different feel over there. Kyrie and Luka has been on the floor a lot more. This team plays with a different type of different type of spark. It's very exciting to watch. But Luka, man, he's been balling. It's had a 73-point game. He ain't take no L. He got a dub in that game. He's been dropping 40 pieces, 30 pieces like it's nothing, man. One of the most unstoppable players in the league, straight hooper. Shout out Luka, man. He's really doing his thing. I just want to see him continue this. Show me a little bit more. Just you have to be a good defender, man. I just need to see a little more effort out there. That's it. That's all. All right. Number one. SGA, man. How you gonna win MVP and you ain't the best? You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people that haven't have on MVP according to the NBA, they've been wrong a couple of times. But for me, most times, if you're playing the best, you're the MVP. That's just it. Y'all know the numbers: 31, 5.5, 6 assists, shooting about 55% from the field. His team is tied for first in the West, doing his thing, unstoppable out there, impacts the game on both ends of the floor. SGA, he's the mid-season MVP. He also is the mid-season number one player in the league. You can argue Luka is number one, but for me, I got SGA. He's been the most consistent player for me this year out of any player, if you ask me. Like I said, it's very rare he's not dropping 30. It's very rare. So, shout out SGA, shout out Luka. So we got SGA number one, Luka number two, Jokic number three, Greek Freak number four. Then we got Steph number five. Honorable mention, my boy KD, man. You be up and down sometimes, but I see you. I ain't gonna lie, I see you. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, and Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, you right there, my boy. You right there. It's hard for me. It was hard for me to leave you out, but I'm sorry. Steph been doing that lately. He been cooking. But yeah, man, thanks for tuning in with me today. Let me check out these comments. See if we got a comment. I think I saw a comment that I wanted to look at. Yeah, here we go. And I can't pronounce your name, but have you ever had the chance to visit Europe and be at the football and basketball stadiums there? The fans in Europe yeah, man, smoke flare. I haven't been there personally, but I've seen videos and it looks intense. I definitely want to check it out. I definitely gotta see what that's about. If you got any recommendations, let your boy know. I got my passport. I'm ready to go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Shout out to all the other shows on the network. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share this video. If anybody, click the link down low to become a member. I'm gonna run through the shows for y'all. All the links to download. You got CTC, BWT, FLC, King's Talk with Joe, Dave's Doghouse, In the Red Corner, and then you have the main show, the Refuse to Lose show. So check us out. Like I said, Refuse to Lose. We are definitely growing, definitely trying to get better. This is the second half of NBA season. So RBO Vaughn about to be busy, man. We by that, like I said, the schedule, we're gonna hold our schedule and really do that Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon every day. So I will see you guys on Monday. We got a lot of games that we're gonna have before then. We got some games tonight, games tomorrow. So we're gonna touch on some of those, and I'm gonna have some interesting topics for you guys. But like I said, thanks for joining me today. It's your boy Vaughn. Peace.